this next session on discovering the importance of trees. Last session, so beautifully, as we gazed into our natural environment, we could see non-judgment and acceptance so beautifully. And this week, I invite you again to gaze into your natural bushland and notice the qualities of patience and tolerance. And we'll find that also through the movements as we become our divine trees. We're going to travel to our forest again, and we'll cross the bridge and find that beautiful magic cat and then grow into our magical trees. So trees manage themselves so beautifully in times of challenge through drought, flood, and cyclones. They come in all different shapes and sizes, which makes them so beautifully similar to us. Palm trees are long and lean and flexible. So here in the top end, where we have cyclones occasionally, those palm trees bend and move with flexible trunks so easily as the winds shift and change. And our beautiful ironbark eucalypts are also so wonderfully shaped with a protective barrier around their trunk, which offers them some form of protection during times of fires which come through annually. So as we move and travel towards our forest today, let's move in a way that is similar to vehicles. So we're going to take a couple of different vehicles today. Let's begin by using these magical things, our legs. So let's just march. Now this is quite a quick march. Get your arms moving in a way that feels really nice, like running arms. You might notice that your elbows are bent in a 90-degree angle, which makes them a little bit easier to move past your hips and past the sides of your body. Well done. Let's slow that down so we can lift our knees a little bit higher. And as we do that, let's get our arms reaching a little higher as well. Great. Hands reaching up towards the sky and down towards the earth, moving in two directions, just as the trees do. As they grow towards the sunlight, and they also grow down and into the earth. Excellent. Keep that going just for a few moments. Now I offer you an opportunity to begin to circle the arms, imagining that your arms are moving like two cyclones. Great, different times. Now through these challenging times, sometimes the trees decide to drop a limb to make it a little bit easier for them to sustain their growth. So I invite you now to stop moving one arm or one limb and just move the other arm and both legs. How does it feel? Excellent. You might have to move your body in a little different way to rebalance. Now take the other arm and pause it, and the opposite arm moving. Great. Oh, wow, and this one might move differently. You might notice that this arm behaves a little differently, or this limb. Excellent. I'm starting to get a little bit puffed. All right, let's have a shake. Pitter-patter on the feet, shaking through the arms, the wrists, the elbows, shoulders. Okay, standing with your feet flat on the earth, and like a helicopter, we're beginning to move our propellers. So our arms are like our propellers. But in the beginning, when a helicopter starts off, the propellers just move slowly. Then as the engine really starts to rev, you'll notice that they get quite fast. So lift the back heel up and off as you turn to look behind you if you can. Imagining your arms are just like the propellers on a helicopter, twisting through your spine, your trunk, but keeping both feet in contact with the ground, just lifting one heel at a time. Excellent. And our next vehicle that we're going to use is probably one of my favorites. It's the bicycle. So just letting those arms go and come back down to a pause before we now hop on the ground, lying on your backs, lifting your arms and legs up into the air and just start to shake to warm them up. Take hold of your bicycle handlebars and begin to circle your feet. Imagine your Feet are in on the pedals and your legs are circling. Excellent. Make them really big circles if you like. Let's go a little bit faster, because the faster we ride, the quicker we're going to get there. But when we go up a hill, we go really slow because it's so hard to push this bike up the hill. Once we get to the top, it's easy and we can go really, really fast. Great work, guys. I can see the bridge. It's in sight. Oh, great. So placing your feet down on the ground and your hands, palms down onto the earth. Let's cross our bridge by lifting our hips and lifting one vertebra up, our spine away from the earth, pressing our feet into the ground, relaxing our shoulders. And if you want to, you can clasp your hands behind you. Great work, imagining you're crossing your beautiful bridge into the magical forest. Allow your hands, if they're not already, to be placed down on the ground, and lower your spine, nice and slow and gently. Fantastic. Bring your knees towards your chest and just rock your body from side to side, imagining that you are the seed inside the forest, just about to grow and burst out of the ground. And when you're ready, rock and roll on your back, come up onto your tippy toes, and then onto all fours where you see the black cat. Begin to arch your spine up towards the sun, and then lengthen the spine as you lift and look towards the horizon. Again, arching the spine towards the sun, and then lowering the spine down into a lengthening position, looking up if you can, and keep that going. Chin towards the chest, and then looking up. Breathing out as your spine arches, breathing in as you look up towards the horizon. Let's circle the spine, a couple of circles, just like a skipping rope. Beautiful, and then back the other way as this beautiful cat begins to awaken. And looking towards your hips to see if you can spy your beautiful tail, your precious, glorious tail that's pointing up towards the sun. Excellent. Tucking the toes under in that crouching position, and with your hands and feet connected to the ground in some way, lift your hips and begin to uncurl as you imagine that as a seedling you're bursting through the crust of the earth, coming up to grow, rolling your shoulders back. I'm going to step forward and face you now. Let's start to feel those gentle winds as we rock forward and back. Just a gentle rocking as these beautiful breezes just rock us forward and back. And then they begin to circle you around, so your crown begins to create a circle position one way and then move back the other way. The edges of the feet circling around on the ground. Coming back to center, taking one limb up and over and the other limb tucked under, and let's lean to one side, our tree stretching and squeezing through one side of its body, circling the limbs again, and beautiful, lean to the other side as the winds get a little bit stronger. Have the arms come out, tuck them under, and then reach them up towards the sun as high as you like. Beautiful. Come back down, and on an inhalation, reach up, stretching up on the tippy toes if you like, if you can. Reach towards the sun, and then lower the heels and the hands down as you reach out towards the sides, breathing in and breathing out. Imagine that you're growing your limbs, lots and lots of limbs, and using your breath to do this as well. Excellent. Breathing in, breathing out. In and out through your nose. Fantastic. Let the arms stay out and bring them out towards your side with the palms facing the sun. Then begin to roll the wrist, elbows, shoulders forward, and then shoulders back, elbows back, wrists back, palms open. Beautiful. And we're going to roll them forward and roll them back, keeping your feet steady on the ground for your balance. Imagining that these beautiful tropical grapevines are curling around your new limbs as a fantastic new home. Slowly growing and circling around the limbs. Now keep them facing the sun and then just curl the other one, curling the opposite shoulder and arm over each time. Here is that gorgeous snake that's also found a new home, that's resting high in the sky, drenched in the first sunlight. And a new friend on the limb is also the eagle. Beautiful eagle stretching its wings to awaken to the first sunlight, ready to play. And let's move the elbows back the other way, circling. Great work. Arms come down. These new birds begin to stretch their neck by taking the chin to the chest and uncurling. Just one more time. The birds looking out to the horizon, tilting their heads to one side, coming back up, tilting their heads to the other side, coming back up. They look around to see the other trees growing, other birds stretching and playing on new branches. Excellent. One more time as you look from one's direction to the other. Great. Our limbs begin to reach towards our friends, and let's feel them moving to one side, taking one hand to the opposite shoulder as you look behind you if you can. And again, looking around, seeing all the natural bushland, taking your feet out a little bit wider, and let's lift the back heel as you twist your trunk a little bit deeper in the twist. One hand to the opposite shoulder. Beautiful. Now here comes that amazing gust of wind to fold you forward. So let's breathe in, breathe out, fold forward a little way. Uncurl, tucking the chin, coming back up and folding forward. That breeze, that wind is getting stronger. Keep that going, uncurling. This time the wind just lets you fold forward all the way, hands on the ground, separate the trunk and begin to rock from side to side as that challenging wind tries to blow you over. Feeling strong, feeling flexible, beautiful. Allow yourself to shift to one side and see those beautiful, precious, small creatures crawling up and down the trunk of your body. Come across to the other side again. Beautiful insects trying to find a home because of the strong wind. Shift into the center and shuffle the feet under the hips. Come down into that deep squat if you can, raising your hands to find your balance and courage. Lower the hands, lifting the hips, and slowly, slowly uncurl, growing up into your mighty, tall, strong, courageous tree, rolling the shoulders back. Allow yourself to stand tall and strong, your feet firmly connected to the earth or the ground, your trunk stable, and the top of your tree is reaching up towards the heavens, up towards the sky. Your arms just hanging by your sides, with your eyes perhaps closed if you like, or gazing at the ground just 1 or 2 meters in front of you. And just beginning to notice your breath moving in and out through your nostrils. Each time you breathe in, feel your trunk expanding, lengthening. Each time you breathe out, feel it relaxing and softening. I am strong and courageous. I am strong and courageous. And if you haven't already, I invite you to open your eyes and let's celebrate by having a little rest in crocodile. So we'll lower out the front of our body down onto our mats or our yoga space. Allow our feet to come out wide, toes pointed away. Our foreheads resting on the back of our hands, one hand on top of the other, one palm on top of the other, and the forehead resting on the back of the hand. Breathing in and out through your nose. And just relaxing a little bit further with every exhalation, feeling as if you are a crocodile resting on the base of the beach or the base of the riverbank or the riverbed. Resting quietly and still, waiting patiently. Rejuvenating, restoring your energy for your amazingly busy day, your very purposeful day. And when you're ready, I invite you to stretch your limbs long, legs stretching and toes stretching long as well. Bring them back to hip width apart as you reach your hands away from your feet. Beautiful. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push your hips back so you can rest for a little bit in extended child's pose. Resting your forehead on the ground if you can, or taking two fists and resting your forehead on those two fists if that's more comfortable for you. Just for a few breaths. And when you're ready to come up as if you're going to grow and have fresh eyes, seeing the world through fresh eyes. So letting your hands come beside your legs and uncurling up. Coming up with closed eyes first. And when you open your eyes, slowly seeing the patience and tolerance that exists in nature. And just resting here for a few moments, taking a few deep breaths. Feeling a little bit more patient and a little bit more tolerant yourself of everything that you're doing and everything that's happening around you. And when you're ready, find a comfortable sitting position with your legs crossed. So we're going to just experience the deep yogic breath. I invite you now to place one hand on your belly and the other hand in the middle of your chest, in front of your heart. And just noticing the hands moving as you breathe in and out. Closing your eyes when you're ready, or taking your gaze to the ground. As you breathe in and out, you might notice where the breath is in your body and how the breath moves your body. Breathing in and feeling the belly expanding, getting bigger, and breathing out, feeling that belly deflating like a balloon. As you breathe in, the chest expands like a balloon. As you breathe out, the air escapes the balloon. And this time as you breathe into the belly first, and then lift the air up to the chest behind the heart. Breathing out, letting go from the belly, then the back of the heart. Breathing in, expanding the belly, lifting the heart. Breathing out, releasing from the belly and then the chest. Breathing into the belly, 1, 2. Up to the heart, 3, 4. Breathing out, belly, 1, 2. Breathing out, the heart, 3, 4. Keep that going. Imagining your lungs as a balloon, and perhaps it's a green balloon. The green balloon expanding and then letting go. Perhaps you might like to notice the sounds that are happening around you. You might hear birds, other people breathing, noises around the schoolyard or outside the room. Perhaps there's noises inside the room. And as you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to inside your body and start to listen to what's happening inside your body. You might hear the beating of your heart. You might notice the silence and the stillness that exists even as you breathe. Perhaps you notice a message as you sit there in the silence. Now letting go of that breath and coming back to your natural breath as your hands just rest on your knees or your thighs. And just notice your natural breathing now and how you feel. You might notice a change in your mood. You might be feeling more patient and more tolerant. Really slowly opening your eyes and looking at your other classmates knowingly, as if you all know that there is a change, that something magical has just happened. Allow left and right to connect in front of your heart. And let's just sing 3 Oms to celebrate our newfound existence. Allowing yourself to bathe in the sound of Om, taking with you this patience and tolerance out into your day, into your classroom, and with everyone you meet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May you have peace. Hello, and thank you so much for tuning into that session about discovering the importance of trees. That is one of 7 sessions and part of a resilience program specifically designed for classrooms, but also great for homeschooling and for home. So if you know others, if you liked it, please like it, subscribe, and share it with anyone you think might be interested. Also, if you'd like to contact me about how this program might be able to support your classroom or your school, I'd love to hear from you. Please click on the link below and follow the prompts. Om Shanti. May you have peace.